Hey YouTube world, it's LaChic, your girl Chic, whichever one you want to call me. I go by both, but Chic works for me. Today, I want to talk about sharing. Sharing a man. And, okay, so before we get started on that, if you could please like and subscribe to my channel. I mean, it's going to be a lot of stuff coming, so I just want to make sure that you all are going to be in the loop and made aware of when my videos post. You'll be aware right away because it's going to be some stuff. So like I said, today I want to talk about sharing a man. Many of us probably have done it before, or we either know someone who's doing it now or who has done it. But as I told you, people just be telling me stuff. So I had a conversation with someone today, and she's struggling with whether or not she should continue on in a relationship with a man who is currently in a relationship with a woman of, I think, maybe about 8 years. They have 2 children under the age of 8. So they're small. But from what she says, he's not happy. So that's where she comes in at. She's his happy. So the question is, because he's not married, is it okay for her to still see him on the side? Do we respect relationships more when there's a union, a marriage, rings, vows, laws into play? Because, you can go to jail if you cheat. The other person can press charges, depending on what state you are. But I've heard of people going to jail where, I think Fantasia, when she was messing with a guy, his wife filed some charges and tried to sue her, for wrecking her marriage. So my question is, if the guy is just kind of with the woman and they're just kind of boyfriend and girlfriend, and yes, they have kids, do we still view it the same as far as from a respect level of the relationship? Because like I said, she knew this guy first. They were like high school sweethearts, and they lost touch earlier this year, found one another again. I don't know how, but they found one another again, and they kind of just started seeing each other. She was in a relationship at the time, as well as, him being in a relationship. She's not in a relationship anymore, so she's free. So right now, you might want to consider her to be the side chick, but she don't like that name. But whether she likes that name or not, based on the situation, that's kind of what we're dealing with. So she's tired. She's ready to have her own man, and she wanted to be him. So here's where the ultimatums come. Me or her. Remember I said, there's children involved. He has 2 kids. As from what we know, the woman isn't aware of her existence. He expressed to her that he feels like it's soon is going to come to a point where he's going to have to make a decision, because he knows she's going to, get tired of kind of being on the sidelines, and she's going to want to do other things. Rightfully so. So he's not in denial about the situation. From what I gather, just to me, it seems like he's appreciative that she stuck around this long. But, that time is running out, because homegirl wants her own man by Valentine's Day. He don't know, but by Valentine's Day, she want her own man. So when he gets ready to ask what you want for Valentine's Day, she gonna say, my own man. So that's what we're dealing with. And like I said, it's a common situation to where I think either a lot of us have been in before, or we know someone who is in a situation like that where they're kind of on the side, or they have been in that situation. I told her that because he's not married, I think the advice that I would give her would be different than, if he were to be married, because I feel like, whether he's happy or not, if he's married and he's still, at home with his family, she'd have to respect that and keep it moving. But he's not married. So with that being said, I haven't completely just kind of persuaded her to kind of go and do her own thing. But what I have told her is that she needs to tell him that he has to make a decision, because he can't have it both ways. And it's not fair for her to put her life on hold while he continues to have his cake and eat it too. He's expressed that if she does want to pursue other people, date other men, he'd appreciate if she were to let him know so he can try to prepare for that. I don't know what that means. I don't know how you prepare for your girl going out with Andre on Friday, but that's what he said. So, like I said, he's not married. So is she in the wrong? I mean, he said he's not happy. He's still there. He's expressed in so many words that it's the children that he's there for, and it's his kids. He just hasn't found a way to leave because he doesn't want to leave his kids, and he just know that once he leave, it's going to change the dynamics of the family and impact the frequency of him seeing his children, because of course he'd move out and now the kids are with their mom and he's going to have to play by her rules. And we know how that goes. Sometimes, when you done pissed a woman off and you done left, and then she get wind that, okay, there's another woman, then, a lot of times the woman can start to make things difficult because they're hurt. And her being hurt in this situation would be rightfully so. But unfortunately, a lot of times children are the collateral of a bad situation. So, like I said, my question is, should she continue to, see him, wait for him to kind of make that decision, or should she just back off and encourage him to, make his family situation work, and she move on and find her own man? Yeah. I feel like, when you love someone, you love someone. You can't help who you love. It's unfortunate that she opened up herself for someone who already belongs to someone else. I mean, that's never a good thing. But as they say, hindsight is 20/20. So we're here now. Like, what do? She's already in love with this guy, wants to marry him, have children, and he's saying he's wanting the same with her. He's saying that he has no interest in marrying the other woman. He's not in love with her. But he know that he needs to make a decision, and his piece is with her. So... oh, yeah, he doesn't even go home every night, there's been times when he'll stay out all night and stay at her house. She says she don't know what story he tells, his girlfriend, but she doesn't ask any questions. She let him handle his business, but when he's with her, he's with her. But, when the girlfriend calls, he picks up. He answers the phone, but he's at his baby's house. He refers to her as his baby. So, she's kind of she's kind of stuck. She don't really know what to do. She knows she's happy with him, but at the same time, she doesn't like She doesn't like the fact that he has to leave and go home. She doesn't like the fact that she can't openly bring him around, family and friends as like, this is my man, express that to the world. Some of her family, they've met him, they know him, just as she knows some of his family. So they, immediate family kind of know the situation, but it's a situation. So it's one of those things to where it's kind of awkward, whereas, his parents know about her, and then, her mom, her parents knows about him, but it's like, okay, what are we going to do? Because is it fair for him to still string the other woman along if he knows that his heart is with somebody else? At what point do he take a stance and say, you know what, I gotta let you go, so you can live your life as well as me live mine. Everyone deserves to be happy. And if that means that I have to see my children on a schedule every other weekend, like, that's the situation. We have to co-parent because, it just didn't work out. So, they're both young, 30s, I believe they're both 30. So they're both young enough to kind of start a life with somebody else. He can still have children. The girl the lady who's on the side, she doesn't have any children. She'd like to have children. She'd like to have children with him, but she doesn't want that under these circumstances, rightfully so. So it's kind of like, okay, I need him to make a decision, and whichever decision that he makes, I'm going to live with, but he needs to make a decision. So, as I stated, my question is, because they're not married, he's not married to the other woman, should she still back off, or is it okay or acceptable for her to still continue to play the role that she plays in hopes of securing that spot of being his main girl, which she hopes to turn into becoming his wife and the mother of his children, because she's at that point where she's ready for all of that. She has her own income, jobs, home. Like, there's nothing that, I guess, financially that he can do for her that she can't do for herself. He does do nice things for her, but it's not about that. This is someone she truly loves, but this is unfortunately the situation. And it's a very real situation. And as I say, it impacts a lot of people's lives. And that's one reason why I brought that issue to you guys today, because it's a relatable issue. And that's what I'm here for. When I decided to do this channel, I want to bring relatable issues to you all, because it opens up the lines of discussion. And this will allow for not only her but myself to hear the feedback of other people, to see how they feel, because like I said, the advice that I've told her, it's definitely different because he is not married. Is that right or wrong? I don't know, but that's the situation. She's also shared with me that the advice that her mother has shared with her has been different as far as with her supporting the relationship. She supports it because he's not married. So that's the question, is a woman to value or to respect another woman's situation if she's married? Or, if she's not married, is he fair game? Some people think that if a person's not married, they're technically still available. I've heard that before. So is he still available? There's no rings, no vows. There's children involved, but he expresses regularly that she's who he wants to be with. She's who he loves. She's who he's in love with. Point blank, period. So that's the situation. So I'd love to hear what you all have to say about the situation. it's a tough one. Like I said, it's a tough one. Like I said, we've either been in that situation or we know someone who's been in that situation. And it's never a happy ending for all parties involved. Someone's going to get hurt. And as they say, the same way you get them is the same way you can lose them. So, you know, that's something that we also have to keep in mind. But do we take that chance and that risk for love? Because that's what she considers it, love. So please just let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. Again, like, subscribe. You know, this channel is a life advice channel. And I'm just here to just share people's situations and get feedback, you know, because the feedback could help them. And it may be able to help those who are, you know, listening. But we're just here to grow with one another. You know, as we approach 2020, we all need to move better. So the feedback that you give could really make a difference for this young lady, because she is ready to progress in her life. The question is, do she progress with him, or do she cut her losses and move on in hopes of finding love with a man who's not in a situation? So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And until next time, love and peace.